Here's another fantastic automobile from the Nuccio Auto Group.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Chris at the Nuccio Auto Group. I want your attention because this is something that I find beyond my wildest dreams. It is a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454 clone. What really sets it apart is what's under the skin, but let's walk around it and just see the quality of it, and then we'll dig a little deeper. Well, this is gray in color.
Shadow gray.
With painted black stripes. They're actually in great condition with a nice clean clear coat. Down here, these are built specialty wheels. These are not cheap wheels, but you've got a 205 70R15 up front. These are actually mud and snow rated, so let's keep that in mind. It is a 2017 date code on it, but it is not, it's got a ton of its wear looks, so obviously it doesn't have a whole lot of mileage on it, but it's once again an indicator of what you can expect from this car. You can see the fit and finish, the SS 454 badges that are so misleading. As Mark knows, one of my favorite things to do. Listen to this. I mean, that's with the window down, that's that clean. But I love the traditional window cutouts. It's actually really neat when you're driving to have the airflow with those. In the back, you've got a little bit more business. These are a little bit more serious. Mickey Thompson ET Street SS back here. These are 2022 date coded, and you have a P275 60R15 on the rear. It's got a really neat stance to it. It does look modified. It's got, it's a resto mod, so, but that stance does look stock. And it doesn't really announce, you can see how aggressive those tires are. That kind of gives you an idea of what's under that hood, which we'll see in a moment. But stock looking pipes. It's got an amazing sound to it, but that does look very similar to what you would have gotten out of the factory. But look at this passenger side, it's stunning. And again, let's slam it. Let's leave this lasting thought that this really does look very stock and factory correct. And why? Because here is where the magic lies. I'm not even gonna say it, just show the numbers, Mark. You know what I mean. 6, 3, 2. Indicating the amount of cubic inches in this massive big block. 10.4 liters in size to us kids, but built to a standard to be a daily driver. It is spectacular. This motor is just, it's wonderful. Fires right up. It's got nice power at the bottom end. This is mated to a, what they call a TH400 Turbo 400 3-speed automatic with a, it's got a B&M ratchet shifter in there too. So if you really wanted to race, you've got a shift light on the column, and the B&M will just pop you through all 3 gears. All right, back here. You can see how well finished this is. Ultra clean, you can see the welds, nothing's really been broken in this car, so just a high quality chassis and body. And you can feel it when you drive it. There's rock solid, it's a rock solid body. The interior is in fantastic condition. Got full steering wheel, roll up windows, but a super, super clean dashboard here. All the electronics are redone here, but there's a few added gauges down here. One is obviously your volts, your water temperature, and then your oil pressure. These two being the most important. But really, once you're in here, it does not feel like you're in much of a modified car. The only things you really see is an upgraded shifter, the added cup holders, which are certainly appreciated in a 1970 Chevelle, and that massive motor up front. So, Mark, should we fire it up?
Let's do it.
Today we are here at what I would consider my favorite hot rod shop, because I'm here with somebody I trust, who I consider an expert that really gives me the guidance on something like this. Thanks for taking the time, obviously, to go through this with us, but show us what we've done, because I know you had it for a few days, and
So what makes this car beautiful to begin with is it is definitely a Southern rust-free 70 Chevelle. And what we at this shop love to see is all the factory red oxide primer. I mean, it is literally the original floors original floor bracing, everything. Nothing's been touched on this floor, and I love seeing all that. So that's awesome that somebody started with a great foundation. It's a very, very solid car. Obviously, they topped it off with a 632 Merlin block, you know, big horsepower motor. So what we'd like to do is we want to make sure all of our electrical and our plumbing can handle this kind of heat and this kind of power. So as you can see, these headers are handmade for this car. They're gigantic headers. You need something like this to breathe. And then it follows into this beautifully handmade, fully stainless steel exhaust. I mean, this is all completely handmade. It's gorgeous. The car's got an awesome big fat rear sway bar. It's got a coilover conversion. It's got single adjustable QA1 shocks. Awesome. This car rides really well. What I love about this car too is all of the upper and lower control arms are greasable. So you can really keep this car sounding great, handling great, and riding great. All it takes is just the turn of a knob to tighten it up or loosen it. So coming back, you got a Hughes Turbo 400 transmission with a high stall torque converter, but it drives awesome. We upgraded the cooling system on the torque converter, or on the transmission. So we ran some -6 braided hoses in this very tight location right here.
The reason being is you didn't like the setup that was on it.
Yeah, you know,
why I
if
trust
somebody's gonna street drive this car, you wanna cool that trans as much as possible, especially with a tiny converter in it. So what we did was we brought the cooler lines where you can't see them, and then we covered them in a high heat 1200 degree insulation, fireproof. So that comes along here, and then that follows the starter wiring and all that. So you know you can drive this thing all day without melting any wires or smelling any plastic.
I mean, that's the kind of confidence that has to come from an expert, you know. In here, you'll back me up on this. I mean, even when you get a car like this and it's documented and all that, when it's driven and it's been through ownership, like, even if it has the Bible that says every single thing was used and whipped a $2 million check at it, you still got to go through.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can't just be like, oh, I've seen GM big
Yeah.
box, I know what I'm doing. It's really the whole architectural experience.
And you get to see the problems that might arise. The upper and lower control arms are also all QA1. So not only did they just do the coilover conversion front and rear, but they did do the tubular control arms. Which
Well, I
is
can
nice.
see all this, from above, and obviously got excited when seeing that. So this is the first time I'm actually under the car.
Yeah, and there's a lot of crap out there. So the QA1's
crazy on this.
some of the best in the industry. It's got a gigantic Griffin radiator, dual electric fans, and then it's got an extra electric fan in the front that's thermostatically controlled, and it'll do it on its own. So you don't need to worry about toggling a switch or anything. They all come on when the engine needs it. All the upper and lower ball joints are tight, tie rods, Pitman arm, idler arm, everything is great. And then accompanied by a really fat front sway bar. So this thing really drives like a grocery getter. I mean, you would think that with the 632 would be.
So I was excited for you to drive it that first time. I'm like, because here, when I'm like 632, who can make a 632 that you can actually drive and use? I'm blown away by this car. And now that it's like really, truly set up, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't want to
awesome.
say goodbye to this thing.
No, man, it is a lot of fun to drive.
I know you said you did a little work on the fuel lines.
Yeah, so the fuel lines, anywhere they're near heat, we use that Tech Flex 1200 degree insulation. We mounted them real nice along the frame. There is a return line on it, so that's also beautiful because there's a in-tank fuel pump, which makes it really nice and quiet. The exhaust, by the way, is very nice. All you do is take these V-band clamps off if you need to service the trans or whatever you need to do, and pop the exhaust down. So,
quick release almost.
yeah, very nice.
Smart.
Very nice.
Smart.
Fluids have been changed.
Awesome.
Differential, trans, engine, everything's good to go.
Brandon, owner of Barado's Hot Rods. This is literally one of the coolest shops and some of the most unique stuff you'll see out here, and the absolute top attention to quality. So it very much reflects how we do business. So happy to have Brandon on our team. All right, waiting about 15 seconds for these pumps to prime themselves. Hey everybody, I'm Chris. I'm gonna put my seatbelt on here, but let's go for a spin in this 1970 Chevelle SS. You guys want to hear 632 cubic inches wake up? Usually gonna give it about 15 seconds to prime the pump, 3 stabs, and boom! So what's crazy, 632 cubic inches, that actually equates to 10.5 liters, or 10.4, either way, 10.5 liters roughly. The way this car is built is it really is built to be a daily. You got the row of 3 gauges down here, shows your voltage, your water temperature, and your oil pressure. Essentially the water temperature and the oil pressure are gonna be your 2 most important. So battery amps are great, electronic ignition, gauges are really neat and clean, nice, everything works, got vintage air conditioning, so turbo 400 trans. So let's go ahead and we're gonna use the B&M T-handle, pull that up, boom, drops into drive. So before we go for a spin, this is really low RPMs, and this is really smooth. The power delivery in these is usually gonna be a little bit sloppy, but this is great. It makes 883 horsepower. Yes, 883 on 91 pump. So we're 93 in Illinois, and I did put some fresh 93 in here. So, all right, let's get out on the road. This is warmed up, by the way. I'm not driving it cold. I'm leaving these windows down a little bit more for the audio effect. Whoa. I mean, that's all torque in 3rd gear. Jeez, I mean, that's part throttle. It's like limitless feeling power. This is so cool. Listen to this when we're at idle. Just kind of sitting at the light. So here's the one thing that really surprised me about this car was how nice it drives. This is the suspension is modern, you know, so it drives arrow straight on the highway. The steering still power assist. It feels very similar in power assist to what you would have gotten in a regular 1970 Chevelle. The seats are very comfortable. The interior smells nice. You've got upgraded audio with a USB port. Gingerly acceleration. This just drives awesome. We're going 60 miles an hour right now. Rides smooth, steering straight, brakes feel great. The brakes really do feel great. That's one thing I want to stress, because it does have the drum setup in back. Initially, I thought if this was going to be mine, I would do the disc brake conversion kit on the rear, but after driving it, I actually don't know if I would. Can't believe how well this car drives and how comfortable it is, especially because when you put something of this size in here, it's usually not going to be the most agreeable. And yes, this is loud, but it's the kind of loud that actually gets positive attention. The 3-speed is actually really smooth too. Now this is a B&M, I think they call it the ratchet shifter, so you really just pop through the gears, but I'm not going to do that. If I had to, this is where it's scary, because my wife even was like, no. If I had to select my own favorite muscle car, and I know I'm not the only one, but I would do a 1970 Chevelle SS, no doubt. Now, as far as how I would like that car set up, I like driving everything, so I really wouldn't want a, like an LS6 or something. I would like a car set up like this, and until I drove this car, I didn't know it was possible to set up a motor of this size to be such a great daily. I mean, I have not gotten the temperature over 190 degrees, and I'm not opening it up. I mean, this has really been kind of a commuter drive. No squeaks, no rattles. Here, actually, I'm gonna hit some railroad tracks here. It's so cool. Railroad tracks, here we go. You'd expect to hear some sort of shake or rattle in a 1970 anything, and there's literally nothing. I would consider this car investment grade. The quality of it, I know it's not a numbers matching car, but this is a dream car for probably a lot of us. Can do that all day. You could call this car a painter because it paints stripes pretty much anywhere you want. Well, I'm in love with this thing. I've always told myself in this industry, do not fall in love with any of our cars because we do have to resell them. I've gotten in a jam a few times in my career, but I have to say, I don't think I've fallen in love with anything like this in quite a while. It's brisk. Oh, it's so amazing. Well, this has been my honor and my pleasure to be able to take this for a ride. Hopefully I did a good job illustrating what the experience is like, because I mean, I'm trying to find things wrong with it. And that's not gonna happen. Well, I hope you appreciate it. Well, wow.
In all sincerity, I am the biggest car geek I know, and this is like plateau level type of car. If you gave me an open checkbook and said, listen, here's a 70 Chevelle that you want to build into a resto mod, one, I didn't think it was possible to put a 632 in here and make this car so docile and easy to use. It just really makes for a fun experience, especially for somebody who truly appreciates the massive natural combustion, the sound, the experience, and the drivability. It is a top quality car. I knew this car was gonna be nice when it was inbound, but once I actually had a chance to touch, taste, feel it, I'm blown away. Fantastic machine. So check out the rest of our inventory. We are at nuccioautos.com, and make sure you like, subscribe, comment, whatever all those guys say on YouTube. So we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.